There's something moving on the edge of the water over there. Got a meal. All right, so my boat is leaving. They just dropped me off at my spot where I'm going to be out here for the next couple of days, just with a homemade bow, a local homemade bow. And this right here is the jungle I'm going to be in. I have some simple camera equipment in my chest rig right here. I have some basic survival items. That is some deep jungle. And what I'm really looking to do is just kind of establish where I'm going to put my camp. I want to be close to the water. It's going to be way cooler. I'm a dude. When in a jungle, I just sweat. That's all I do. So I'm trying to find that optimal spot. Looking for some decent resources. There's lots of palm right out there in the distance. That's great sheltering material. I got this whole big tree right here. It looks like some dry firewood underneath. Looks like there's a wasp nest. That could be a hazard right there. That's kind of connected to the tree. I don't know if there's anything active in there. I don't want to mess around with it. I'm jiving with this, close to the water, good breeze, kind of on the edge of the peninsula. I think this will be home. So while I'm out here, I got the opportunity to hunt. There's a type of bird out here called a pawis, and then there's a laba, which is like a large rodent. So with the bow that I have, hopefully I can take some game. I will employ fishing, but the idea is to get a hunt on. I got to get a shelter up, and I got to get a fire going. Kind of cutting a trail with fresh cuts kind of around where my camp's going to be set up. In case I get turned around, I can see some fresh cut marks, and I'll start to wear kind of a muddy path through it. More resources, more palms. I think I'm going to call that my resource trail. Camp out on this little finger peninsula. This is going to be my roof. I'm only going to be here for a couple days. So there's enough for me to crawl under, get the rain off me. I just want canopy above me, plus the roof that I built. It's going to be hanging off the sides. It's going to be way cooler by the water. And it looks small, but once I get the leaves up and I have them kind of falling over the sides, and I build a platform that I'm going to be sleeping on, we should be good to go. I'm gonna put my fire kind of right out here in this buttress and extend a little canopy over it. But so far, it's looking good. A little daylight, some more palm fronds, and this shelter will be waterproof. A little bag of iodine. I never really use a lot of iodine in the mountains or even outside of the States. It's, I mean, it works. Kills everything in a liter canteen. Just 1 drop per canteen. Cap back on. Give it a shake, let it sit for 15 minutes and you're good to go. I've got a general working shelter. I mean, roof is up, small platform to lay on, but I've been collecting some firewood to get a little fire going, and then I'm going to do the rest of my shelter, just kind of reinforce it, ultimately prepare for rain. But it's dry right now. I haven't had any rain in about 3 or 4 hours. Now's the time where I start working on fire. Out here, it's real temperamental with the fire. So any little shaving, a little bit of tinder with a ferro rod, you can get a fire. I'm finding all the dry wood, I shave some pieces down, and then get it going with a ferro rod. So I got my fire going. I mean, you can find dry wire wood. It might have a little moisture, but basically if it's a tree that's broken and stuck in another tree, that's good. Something that's up off the ground so it's not completely rotten, that's not bad. A couple pieces right over here that I've kind of cached, and it seems counterintuitive in my mind to make a hot ripping fire in the jungle. But if I manage to catch some piranha or shoot a lava or any of the large birds or rodents that are around here, I have a means of cooking it. I'm under a canopy, but I think I'm going to build just a little overhang to protect my fire. That's really the next thing. Fire's going, almost 1 o'clock, about 4 or 5 hours of daylight. Drying some wood out on the sides. All helps. One more task to do today, and then I can try to get to a hunt tonight. We've got the buttress on the left and right side kind of protecting it, and then all this for some overhead. Big broadleaves covering me, kind of swooping down to shield any rain. And I got a lot of different palms kind of overhanging the edges. I want to keep the walls open, the sides open, so I can definitely get a breeze. I think that will be it, pending a couple more of these bases to some of these palm leaves that I'll use for bedding. And then let's cool down, hydrate, get a hunt in. Bow and the arrows I'm going to be using. First, the arrows are made out of arrow grass, which typically comes pipe straight, maybe a little bit of bending. The locals, when they make them, they cut a piece to length, throw 2 fletchings on there. Always use some sort of bright coloring in the back. In case they miss, they can find their arrow. And all these tips are made out of metal, 2 little double barbs on it. Now you can use these for fish. They don't tie any lines on there for fishing. I don't have any cordage, so essentially you aim for a catfish that's feeding along the edges at night and then jump in and grab it. Now the most interesting thing about these arrows is that they're hollow. It kind of reminds me of like a piece of mullein. And if they get too wet, they can kind of expand and they can kind of lose their overall impact when targeting a lava or any of the local kind of like ground birds here. Traditionally, with the arrows, they would employ an aspect of poison with some sort of catfish bone, bird bone, animal bone, and you know, get the job done. So I got to keep these dry. However, the bow, which is really just a stick bow at its finest, using silk grass as the cordage, the secondary piece along the back. You have to wet the bow every day before you shoot it, and you have to avoid the silk grass getting wet. So you unstring it, throw the bow in the water, it completely soaks itself, turns color, and then you're good to go for shooting. So I wanted to position myself where I have visibility from my shelter to this waterfront over here, and then to this waterfront over here. That's the most likely place I'm going to be able to get some food. They also have peccary here, which is a large sort of hog. They usually migrate in the hundreds, but I've learned what's legal to take, so I'm going to stick to ground birds, fish, and any of the rodents that happen to pop up. I wouldn't call it the most extreme survival. I do have like a machete with me. I've got a canteen, I got iodine, so the focus is, yes, living out here, but hopefully hunting something I've never hunted before. It's hot. It's real hot here. I mean, between the mosquitoes, the flies, the ticks, the snakes, all the things that I've seen so far, it's just hot. For someone like me, water is a must. It's 2 o'clock now. I've gotten everything done for the next couple days that I need to live comfortably. I've got fire, I've got drying firewood, I've got water. I saw lots of heart of palm that I can eat to get some carbohydrates, some sugars. The next thing is hunting some fish, and hopefully getting some ground birds or some of the rodents that are around here. there. There's a river otter. Holy cow. Oh, unbelievable. That was a river otter. Did we see that? I saw that. That's awesome. Wild river otter. It's my first time. I just stopped, turned the camera around. He swam by, said, "What's up, neighbor?" I said, "What's up, otter?" That's good, because if he's around, that means there's things to eat in the water. Awesome. I'm going to dry out for a little bit. I'm not showing my nether regions. You could probably guess why, but I got my clothes drying right over my fire. It was in that sun. It just dipped away. No bueno. And yeah, we're going to see what happens. So we've got a couple hours before dark. I'm going to keep drinking some river water and iodine, stay hydrated, and if something else pops up, I'll turn the camera on. I just heard something moving around by the water. There's stingrays and electric eels in this water as well. Something back in there, maybe. In that water. So there's also caimans in here. Can't be targeting caimans. I'm on that peninsula. I got good eyes on the water. I can sit in my little platform and just listen. That's what I've been doing. It's a little hard right now. I ain't got no shoes on, so it's hard to get down in there. I'm gonna keep playing it. Now people are sharpening machetes here as they're heading in and out of the jungles, as they always carry a small little file with them, and they just sharpen the edge. I mean, makes sense, quick and easy to replace if lost. Get your angle right and you're golden. So I'm getting ready for my hunt, and I've got to soak my bow. I guess it doesn't work as well when it's bone dry. I don't know how that would be accomplished here in the jungle. I got to take the string off, soak the bow for about 2 minutes, and then it should be good to go to fire. Feeling the heat, dehydration, but it's all part of the good adventure. So they actually twist their string the same way we would with a 2-ply cordage, put a real simple knot at the top, and then when they string their bows, they twist it to actually get a higher tension in the bow, and you kind of go for a loose fist, maybe even less than a fist for your brace height. Take it and you spin it. And when you spin it, the way the bowstring's been made, it decreases. To put it back at rest, you unspin it. So spin, 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 spin. A little less than a fist. There's, well, I guess I should say a local's fist, so it's like 3 of my fingers. And that will do. Sun's going down, there's good shadows casting in some areas, so I'm gonna go walk the trail behind me. I'm gonna put my GoPro on the bow, and hopefully we get a meal. I'm gonna go down this trail. I'm gonna have to pop my arrow in and out, but it's pretty tight. And these bows are just under like 6 feet. When I was collecting all my materials for my shelter, I kind of walked this trail. The Bora Bora River's on my left-hand side, but I cannot be in this jungle when it's dark. You can't, there's no light. I'll get turned around and wind up walking for days, and it's not where I want to be. So I'm gonna hunt this trail for a little bit out, and then turn around and then come back and then hunt the water's edge. Oh yeah, there's a bird up in that tree, see it? That's the one that you can shoot. It's like their turkey. Oh, okay. Where's he going? Just jump trees. yeah, I missed that shot and put the arrow right into a branch. I know that's on the menu, but I've never seen one of those. One thing I've learned from the locals, these birds are curious. So maybe if I fall back, let them come back down, I might be able to grab one. Still got one arrow. And technically I'm not down an arrow because I can get that arrow out by cutting the tree down. Those things are just like turkeys. Size, how they're kind of on the ground and jumping up to a tree and shooting over. I'm just gonna sit in my shelter and listen for anything that might sound like that bird. Now that I know what it looks like and kind of how it flies, I've just gained a whole bunch of information I didn't know about. Okay, I just got back to my shelter. A little bit of a walk, but I feel like I'm gonna go get that arrow right now. I just don't want to leave it out there overnight, especially if it rains. I could jack up the whole arrow. So I'm gonna grab my blade, go get that arrow. I'm gonna bring my bow, see if anything else pops up. But this is good. I'm pumped. I was thinking I was gonna be targeting fish the whole time, but it looks like it might be a type of turkey hunt. Oh, I just replanted. There's my arrow. Perfect. Tip broke. The lights are still on, but it gets dark in there. More importantly, it's hot. I gotta be smarter with these arrows. Maybe I keep the one with the broken tip, use it as a practice one around camp, and then hunt with the other one. I don't want to do that again. Stick an arrow into a tree and have to cut it down. All right, I'm gonna chill for a bit. A lot of energy right there. It's busted, but I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put a point on it, and then I'm gonna put a little barb right there. So I've kind of got a flattened tip style now. It's gonna take a while. This is why stone's easier. I think that will probably work. There's a little catch, but I think not a bad repair. Probably use it for birds, save the other one for fish. Back in action. It's getting dark. Put over on that water just to the left of me. I see something causing ripples. I'm not sure. It's a catfish, man. There's so much activity behind me. Just large birds. I think it's those powies that might be coming back. I'm gonna pop over there, see if it's maybe electric eel, catfish. Piranha typically are less active at night. They kind of move to different waters. Catfish kind of get a little bit more active. We're gonna go check it out. Night is quickly approaching. I've got everything pretty much set up how I need it for the night. I'm up off the ground, got a good roof, bow, my arrows, fresh water, fire going. I'm not gonna keep the fire going all night. I mean, I'll stay up for a little bit. When I go to bed, I can put on 1 or 2 real thick logs, let them smolder through the night. Hopefully this little canopy right here will protect the fire down here if it does start to rain. If not, I mean, I do have the ferro rod. I'm probably gonna be up all night listening to things moving around. According to locals, this is favorable ground for animals to be moving through. I mean, even if it's late and I can take a shot, a clean shot, ethical shot, get some food, I'll feel good about it. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna gather a little bit more firewood, get ready for the lights to go out. Here comes some rain. The wind is just howling right now. Feels good, but that rain is coming. Hopefully the preparations pay off. All right, I'm hunkering down. It's here. I've had rain every day since I've been in Guyana. I've been in the jungle 10 days doing all sorts of things, but we've had rain every day. And the one thing I learned is expect the rain. Protect your fire, have a good roof. Keep some dry wood. Welcome to the jungle. The rain's kind of let up. Looks like it should be a decent night. No water in the shelter so far. Fingers crossed it lasts a couple more days. I'm seeing a little activity around the water with no light. I mean, God, I swear there's something right there. Since I got all my priorities pretty much done, shelter, fire, water, hopefully food is on the horizon. Since it's cool in the mornings, I'm gonna try and cut as much firewood as I can. I'm not sweating nearly as bad as I was yesterday afternoon or even around, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Make sure I can get enough wood that will last me throughout the day and in the event of another rainstorm. Bunch of firewood cut, resharpening the blade. And I'm gonna head into the jungle for a little bit. I think I'm gonna try and locate some. Oh, that's a tick. Just found that little tick on me, right at waistline. Fortunately, no Lyme disease out here. If I can find heart of palm, awesome. I saw a couple of them, so I know there's some out there. Carbs aren't bad, but I like protein. This guy right here is a palm tree. Now in Guyana, all palm trees and all heart of palm are edible. The portion I'm looking to eat is the top. I'm gonna take the top as well as the leaves, bring all that back to camp. So I'll have a little bit more leaf for the roof, and then I'll have something to eat. It's not the best meal, but give me some sugars, give me some carbs, keep me going for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll focus more on a afternoon hunt. Just got all my leaves. I'm gonna chop these off, use those. You know, the bigger the tree, the more heart of palm it's gonna have. A couple cuts. But you can see it right there. All that. That is 100% heart of palm. The cool thing is, as I stand here, look into my jungle, I can see there's other palm. There's one right there. There's tons in the back. And I went for a little walk just to see if there was any other food, but I mean, I could live off heart of palm for the next couple days. It's nice to get a little something in the stomach. Sugars, carbohydrates, that's really what I'm wanting right now. So I'm gonna eat this. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me of that sweet corn, right off the stalk, not cooked. Survival food. I'm feeling energized already. There's something moving on the edge of the water over there. It's a little tricky. Every time the water moves, could be an anaconda, could be an eel, could be some sort of catfish. It's hard to say exactly, but kind of have to look, which is one of the reasons why I put my shelter, you know, where it is. No fishing lines and no hooks, which is the most popular means of taking food here. Hopefully I can take a meal as something's coming out of the water. The pauis I saw yesterday were down this way. So I'm feeling like maybe wait until a similar time around that 3:30, 4 o'clock. Head down that way, see what I can come up with. But I think I'm gonna head back into this after another canteen. I wanna get some good hydration in, head into the jungle. Not overwhelmingly far, but I've got a good visual where the sun is. Sun rises over here, and it's setting over there. West, east, so that's north. So if I keep eyes on the sun, know what side of the river I'm working with, I should avoid getting lost. Also, cutting fresh foliage and letting it on the ground is a good indicator for you to find your way back. As soon as you stop, the mosquitoes come and get you. Oh, there's some monkeys over there. I can't shoot monkeys and eat them. Cool to see. Let's see if we can get a shot. A photo, that is, not a shot. There they are. See them? Who's looking at me? Oh, there's another one. Breaking branches. Oh, there's another one up there. Wow, they're everywhere. What's up, buddy? There's like 7 or 8 of them up there. All right. I'm stressing them out. I'm gonna head back. Follow the river. The boots are kind of wet. I need to get those dried out. My socks are wet and my clothes are all wet. So I'm just taking some time right now to dry everything out. Even if it gets a little bit drier, it's still mentally you feel like you've accomplished something. I've had prickly heat so many times when I was in the Marine Corps. I can just gently, like at night with the shirt rubbing up against me, kind of feel it. It's not at that point yet, so I might do some bathing later. No one's watching that. Yeah, it was cool to see some monkeys. It's still 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got some time, but I'm anticipating some afternoon rains. It seems like when most of the time the rains are coming. The water is definitely dropping. There's the bird that makes a beep. I'm not really sure. Couldn't tell you. Got to take the time to dry your stuff out, get a little food that's easy to get. That was that heart of palm, and maintain yourself, because the biggest issue you're going to face in a jungle is your body rotting, and that is no fun. That's a stingray, baby. Got one. Gotta watch out for that. Got a meal. I knew I'd get something down by that water. I kept seeing things move. Now we got one. There we go. Food. Let's eat. Look at those barbs right there. That's what will get you on a stingray. Looks like a pretty white meat. I'm gonna get the fire stoked, get a grill made, and get ready to eat this guy up. So I cut its wings off and now we got some stingray meat. I knew with this sheltering location and just kind of this 180 degrees of water, something was bound to come out. Something was essentially going to show itself, and that was going to be an opportunity to eat. Looks pretty good. It's a little nerve-wracking to think that stingrays, electric eels, caimans, piranha, all that stuff's in the water. But it makes sense from a food-getting standpoint. It changes my whole evening. I mean, planning on leaving in about an hour to go hunt on the inside of the jungle, but food is food. It's like a white meat, but it's charring up nicely. I'm gonna cook it really well. It's my first time ever having stingray. Definitely got a good char on it. I'm not sure, I've never had ray like this, so I'm gonna pull one piece off, eat it up. I know it's a white, flaky sort of meat. I mean, no fish should be slimy, but it looks like it's pretty good. We'll give it a whirl. If it's not cooked all the way, throw it back on. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Ooh, that doesn't look bad at all. Wow, that's a weird muscle structure. I'm gonna let that cool for a second. Let's give it a whirl. Boom. A little charry, not bad. Funky kind of muscle structure. I mean, it's white meat. Occasional bone. Not bad. That's not bad at all. Just smoking the last bits of the ray. The wind has just picked up. There's a little bit of rain falling. It is almost 4 o'clock here, meaning we got about 2 hours of daylight left before, you know, the sun starts setting behind mountains and jungles, and it just gets a little bit darker. That right there is the arrow with the barb on there. I'm not sure how well focused that is, but that's what ultimately kept that stingray in place. It's a good shot. I don't think it pinned him to the ground, but couldn't move, and then I was able to grab the back end of the arrow and pull him out. It's nice to know you can come to an environment, despite the hazards of snakes and spiders and scorpions and piranha and electric eels and caimans and stingrays, you can still find a meal. Night is quickly setting in. I'm gonna let that ray smoke for maybe another hour, maybe munch on it, or save it for the breakfast tomorrow morning. Comes the afternoon rain. Stay in the shelter, hunker down, keep the fire going, and just wait it out. That's the name of the game out here. I'm gonna close up shop, get ready for a night of blissful song and sound. I'll see you in the morning. I know you can't see me. It's been raining probably since midnight. Definitely a lot of rain in Guyana, specifically in these jungles. Not a bad night of sleep. I stayed dry, just a little moisture around the edges. It's been raining so much, the water level has probably come up about 5 feet. Got the fire going. There's my ray that I'll probably kind of keep smoking and maybe eat around noon if I haven't been extracted. But despite the rain and me looking like a pirate, everything seems to be going okay. I mean, rain's kind of customary, especially in the morning, so I'm not too worried. I got food, I got water, just another day. "8:30 in the morning, probably eat soon." We had some hard rain, it stopped. We had some more hard rain, and now it seems like it's stopping. But I think the best option would be resupply on water, throw some iodine in there, eat up some of this ray, and wait for the boat. I'm not sure when they're picking me up. Who knows? I'm not going to go to where I shot the stingray, but This looks like my new watering spot. Actually, I think I hear the boat. Here they come. Rescue is on its way. Beautiful. Good adventure coming out here, getting food, both carbohydrates and sugar, as well as getting a ray. I got no complaints. Pretty pumped about the whole experience. Let's get back. Let's do a shower. Woo! Here's my guy, Lionel. Hey! How are you? How's it going, man?
Good so far, and you?
Good. You want some breakfast? I got some leftover Ray.
Leftover Ray.
You want some? Good to see you, man.
You too.